This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Now it's time to find out if this count can count on me waiting for him in the parking lot after all this is over. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with the finale of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. In the last episode, we continued through the Onyx Tower, made it to the top, died a few times, and made to Xanhast, who wanted to make it as part of his harem. And we said, no means no, mister. I've got my own harem with blackjack and hookers. Oh, wait, no, that's something else. But anyway, it's time to go through the Plane of Shadows to fight Mordoc himself. But before we do that, let's go back to town. You can't recall up here because, well, you're not supposed to be able to recall up here. You're supposed to, it's supposed to be blocked off because of it being a boss encounter. So, never mind then. I was about to say you can't teleport up there, but no, you can. So, forget everything I said, folks. Anything in this game, wrong. But, no. Yeah, for whatever reason, we are able to teleport. Usually you have to leave the top part of the tower to do that, so let's break down some stuff just to sell it. Not that we, just for the new game plus, basically, for all intents and purposes. I think I should be okay. I might leave those full plate. Maybe remake these gloves later on. Oh no, that'd be the same plus. Yeah, never mind. I'll sell that. Let's see. Don't need the rejuvenation things because I don't have healing or anything like that, so I can sell at least a few of those. Maybe might need it for New Game Plus, I guess. So yeah, sell this ring. And let's just buy a bunch of potions. Maybe make it 100. We'll probably need it depending on how things go. The final boss is really annoying. He's got a lot of heinous tricks that, actually, can you get to 100 in this game? Okay, you can on potions, so I don't know if I'll need all those actually, but I'd rather just, be prepared. Because, like I said, this guy's really obnoxious to fight because of, like, all of his tricks. Like, same with Xanhast, you probably have a good idea. Oh, yeah, in the last episode we leveled up to 26, which will be the final level for us, anyway. Well, technically not, because you do get experience for killing the final boss. But, anyway, yeah, final stats there. We've got the hissing throwing knife. We got the flawless face staff. Got Imperial full plate boots. Superior full plate helmet. +2 superior full plate mail, and +4 Imperial silver chain gloves, which gives me combat reflexes, which unfortunately is not really going to be that helpful during this fight because of how the way the guy works. But I wanted to have these anyway for everything that led up to this point. We also need to level up too. I guess since we're going to be doing what we're doing, I might just go with a Hail of Knives for the final bit. What else do I want? We could do like Crushing Blow or something like that, I guess. Why not? Yeah, sure. Okay. Alright, are we ready to go through the Plane of Shadows and fight the vampire himself? Oh, and yeah, what about and our journey's gone through a lot of place. We started off as being just guardians of Caravan, and here we are fighting a vampire lord in the Onyx Tower and Baldur's Gate at like epic levels, like literally epic levels, because in D&D 20 is epic. But all right, let's go inside and put this count down to bed.
You meddlesome wretch! How can you be here? No matter, it is over. The tower's core is mine. I alone can draw on the power of the Onyx Heart. Now, bursting with the souls of 40,000 dead, you cannot possibly defeat me.
Well, that's what Dracula said to Van Helsing for boss time against Mordoc Selenmir himself. This guy is really annoying because of like all his like abilities he can do. He can cast this black shadow thing that can slow you down. He can stab you with a sword, or sorry, he can turn to bats. He can go invisible. He can stab you with a sword multiple times. He can hit you multiple times with. He can heal himself with his sword, so he does blood drain on you. He can summon a shadow to attack you. And if you leave his shadow on for too long, he won't heal all his HP, but he'll heal a lot of his HP, like just a ton of it. So for Viadra, I'd say probably ranged is probably your best bet against him. Yeah, see, he just stabs you once, boom, there goes all your work. It's even worse than Xanhast by far, and obviously he's since improved since our last encounter. I'm trying to think what else too. Yeah, kill his shadow as soon as you can. This is why I wanted to upgrade my hail of daggers so I could hit him. I'm trying to think what else about him. I mean, other than punching like a truck. It really his big thing is that if you get like a lot of damage onto him, he doesn't have a ton of HP. His big thing is like draining his HP from you. He's got multiple ways to do it. If not his sword, he'll summon his shadow. Yeah, see his shadow. Although it's supposed to take a while for a shadow to do that, but he healed almost instantly, so that's kind of cheap. Yeah, don't let his keep not hitting him with the daggers. You know, that's why I usually prefer hitting him with ranged attacks in this case. Maybe it's because of no. This is gonna probably take a while, folks. Actually, just because of like I said, like how like because he keeps healing himself. I'm trying to like not get close to him so I can. But yeah, I'm not getting very good results here. That's for sure. Because Hail of Daggers really works really well if you hit him like. Oh, there's his shadow. Oh, what the heck? It's supposed to take a hot minute for his shadow to heal himself, but he's like healing instantly, which is as soon as he summons him, which is not how it works. Like that's not how it's supposed to go. You know, it's supposed to give me a minute to like get to his shadow so I can you know, so he doesn't heal himself, you know. This might be the best way to fight him. Because unfortunately the daggers aren't always hitting. Oh, there's a shadow again. Luckily his shadow doesn't really block, so so you can just kind of straight up like go into him. And luckily I'm getting pretty lucky on my daggers, so yeah, but you really have to like make sure he doesn't hit you with that blood sword. If you're Doran, you almost have kind of no choice to melee him. Oh, come on, you didn't even give me a chance to like get to you before you healed 500 damage. Jeez. Yeah, I really don't like this fight. Mainly because, like I said, it's really cheap, especially in the higher difficulties. There's, like, no epic music. Like, seriously, it's just this quietness. Like, Xanhas had better epic music than that. They should have saved it for this guy. I wonder if they were going to, and it's, like, a glitch in the coding or something like that. And he didn't, see it healed again. But luckily, I'm getting a good groove on now. I still don't like this fight, even though I'm doing decently better. You know what I mean? I don't like it at all. But yeah, and you can already tell with this game that this final section of the game was really rushed. Like you could tell, like we went through the last chapters like super fast. Like we went through the Onyx Tower like almost instantly. Like in the last game, the tower was you know, took me a few episodes because of how long it was and how dangerous it was. And yes, the tower was dangerous. Oh, I'm actually out of rejuvenation. I'd been using it so often that I hadn't been paying attention that I'd actually like ran out. But yeah, I'm trying to get him from behind. Ah, come on, man. Oh, when he healed him. See, that's how you can lose like your progress like instantly. Like you know, he stabbed me with a sword, then summoned his ally, and then got healed. So healed like 1,000 HP, like back to back. Like it's just sorry, folks, if I'm sounding agitated, because I am, you know. And it's worse on extreme mode, to tell you the truth. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like not really looking forward to like trying to beat this on extreme mode. And the only reason I want to do is because you get something pretty well, I think it's pretty cool anyway, for beating it on extreme mode. For those who, it's more interesting for those who are more aware of like Forgotten Realms or like what like characters in it, stuff like that. That's the cool, at least to me, that's what I find cool about it. Oh, come on. Did you actually hit me? I didn't see his HP bar go up, so well, that went up, so I saw the thing for that. Because when he hit me, I didn't see his HP bar go up, so I wonder if he somehow missed me. But yeah, when his shadow form, yeah. This is why I wanted to max out my hail of knives for this. Oh, we've almost got him. Come on, game. Come on. There he goes. He's down. Take that, you vampire scum. Stake through the heart indeed. Quest reward. You've destroyed Mordoc, Silamir himself. Shattered the Onyx Heart to destroy the tower and free the citizens of Baldur's Gate from its curse. You gain 16,000 experience points. Yeah, and save it for the to transfer to extreme mode. Is that the one I want? Yes. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, now that we've saved, let's destroy this thing and watch the ending to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. Be prepared to be,
I owe you my life, adventurer, as do all the people of Baldur's Gate. You are truly a hero among heroes.
All right, give me all the ladies, give me all the gold and all the magic items. By the way, Randall, you survived.
I did because of you. Xanast's destruction saved my body, while the tower's destruction saved my soul. But come, before we celebrate, the Grand Dukes will want to meet their savior.
I don't want to meet any Grand Dukes. Gross. Interestingly enough, if you're playing Dorn throughout the whole game, when you talk to Randall as Dorn, his dialogue is more flirty, and I think she's also a little bit flirty with Dorn too. And if you play him and you get to this part, it's kind of assumed that they, maybe something happens after the game with the two because Dorn's almost considered the main character of the game, despite the fact that Viadra is on the box art and all the promo was her. So, it's kind of weird when you think about it. Okay. Oh, it just makes me want to save it again. All right, I'll save it another slot again. Why not?
The vampire's gambit has failed, giver of eternity. Baldur's Gate still stands strong.
And what of Mordoc, priest?
Utterly destroyed Almighty Pharaoh in an attempt to hold the tower.
His failure cannot be allowed to hamper my sacred mission. We will leave Mull around and see to the matter ourselves. Raise the tomb soldiers and prepare my sun barge.
As my God King demands.
And yeah, that's it, folks. That's the end of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. We beat the game, get some rewards, and then we have a cutscene for a game that never happened, unfortunately. Yeah, they were going to make a third game, but I think it wasn't too long after this game came out, maybe a few years afterwards, that the company that made this game went under. So yeah, we'll never get to see Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 3, whatever it was. Basically, yeah, you were going to fight the God King, so it's going to be a mummy lord and all his, from Kalimshan, I think is the name of the country. I don't know why all these people wanted to destroy Baldur's Gate and wanted to control the Onyx Gate Tower, but yeah, he was supposed to be another one of the Dark Alliance allies to Mordoc. It was Eldrith, Mordoc, and this guy, and then I think there was another guy too that was going to be explained. I think there was some concept stuff that was talked about, like what the game was going to entail. I think it was supposed to be a combination of like new heroes and old heroes in it, kind of like this game where you had some new heroes as well, going on their own journey, so you're not playing the same epic level characters, but they were supposed to make reappearances in the game, kind of like Cromlech, Vaughn, and Adriana in this game, for example. But I think they were supposed to make a bit more of a show than originally. But yeah, so I still like this game because of like the hack and slash, the D&D references and everything like that, but it definitely falls apart in the last couple acts in the game, because you could tell that they did not have enough time. They were trying to get this out before Christmas or whatever it was, because you could tell that they were rushed. Getting to Mordoc was a lot faster than it should have been. It felt like there should have been like another couple areas to go through. Like there wasn't even another like last minute, like there wasn't like the final act, like side quest you could do or something like that to get more experience. Yeah, we just blazed through the tower. That took like one episode. I was thinking it was going to take multiple ones because I'd forgotten how short it was. That's because I was thinking it was the same as the first game, I mean, I like the voice acting in the game, the positives. Overall, despite the lack of the ending of it, I like the journey we took from being new heroes, trying to eventually having to save the old heroes from this vampire lord. Because, yeah, you didn't expect to go vampires in this game, which I think that was going to be a theme. It was like, Eldrith was like more of a spirit, like kind of ghost-like entity situation. Mordoc was supposed to be vampire. Then the Sun Lord was your typical mummy lord, stuff like that. And oh, there's Jim Cummings. Yep, you recognize him as some of the voices in the game. Yeah, I like the story and the action. You know, the hack and slash. I like all the new characters. I like how they're all unique and they have a little bit more character to them. Like Vaughn, Cromwell, and Adriana, they kind of almost are stereotypical like hero characters. So there's not a whole lot really that stands out from them, unfortunately, from the first game. But in the second game, they improve upon that by adding the drow monk, the barbarian fighter, the dwarf thief, you know, the female cleric. I mean, the female cleric, I guess, would be the most stereotypical out of all of them. But oh yeah, the credits aren't very long too. This is back before games had like 1 million credits for doing all the CGI and everything like that. Like we're pretty much over, and yeah, we're at the main screen here for Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. But yeah, the game I think still excellent despite the kind of mediocre ending and the final boss fight being very cheap, and like there's no epic music and stuff like that. It's just very disappointing for a game I generally enjoyed. Like I enjoyed it more than the first game, but the first game at least. Well, actually, the first game kind of ended abruptly too, because then they get stuck in that portal and get captured by Mordoc from where they're at, and this one just ends up for another cliffhanger that never will see the light of day. And I hate games like that. I wish games would just complete their games and maybe leave a little bit of a teaser after the credits, so that way it's kind of like, oh, if there is something, you know, look forward to it. If not, then this is an isolated thing. But because this came before the credits, we were expecting another game, and that never came. But you know, that's just the way life is, and that games get canceled all the time that we never even hear about. It's just sad when games try to do the whole spin off in the game to try and get you to keep playing, you know. So we'll never know what that's like. But that's it for Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. Overall, it's still an enjoyable experience, and it has replay value despite everything, because then you can play as the other characters, you can play as the new difficulty, because now that we've done now that we've beaten the game, we've unlocked extreme mode, as you can see here. Now, extreme mode, to play it, you have to have an import. You can't make a character straight up. You have to import someone to do that, because you know otherwise you get wrecked. And then you just basically, for all intents and purposes, the only difference is that enemies hit harder and have more HP. That's pretty much it for it. But there is a reward for beating extreme mode. I might do a bonus episode to show off that, but unfortunately there isn't like a bonus dungeon like in the previous game where when you unlock Dritz Duerden, which, speaking of Dritz Duerden, what's this? What's this? All these characters? What? Off screen? What the? Dritz? Yeah, he's, for whatever reason, they decided not to create a model for him. They just put him off screen. So since we got a little bit of time, let me show off Dritz Duerden before that. There's another thing I want to show off, but okay. So Dritz Duerden, the famous drow elf from Forgotten Realms. Unfortunately, I don't like his model. Doesn't look as cool as it. I think it's because they used the new upgraded model. I liked how his model looked in the first game. I don't like it as much in this one. I don't know why. But anyway, he's got his 2 scimitars, Icing Death, a +3 Frost Scimitar, and Twinkle, +5 Defending Scimitar, which defending means it gets +2 armor for each piece of armor he wears, and Frost just means it does frost damage, and you cannot unequip these. Dritz prefers to use only Icing Death and Twinkle. Mithril Chain Armor, yeah, we can unequip this at least. He's got a couple healing potions. He's level 16 Drow Ranger, Dritz Duerden, the Drow Ranger. Yeah, he's got pretty good stats actually overall. And yeah, he's got his own unique abilities as well, or a combination of abilities or whatever. He's got Willpower, 2-weapon fighting, Toughness, Sunder, Iron Will, Sprint, Repulsion, Power Attack, Improved Critical, Udaluk's Icy Sphere, Great Fortitude, Hand Weapon Focus, Endurance, Dodge, to deflect missiles, Death Blow, Combat Reflexes, and Armor Proficiency. So let's show off Dritz's abilities and stuff like that. As we're gonna skip you, because actually, does he? Oh, right, we can't skip her.
I thought that would be my last fight. I'm Kaira, a caravan guard.
Are you wounded badly?
Not terribly, no. But I'm grateful for your concern.
Yeah, Dritz is a lot nicer of a character than Viadra was.
We were ambushed by the Red Fang marauders.
Red Fang.
Please, just lend an ear. But most of them continued southeast
Yes,
to
I'll
Wayfork
help.
Village, then continue down the road.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't really, as far as I'm aware of, Dritz doesn't have unique dialogue. It's just, he uses nicer dialogue, like maybe like Dorn or something like that. But anyway. Yeah, look at that. Just like, well, I mean, obviously I put it on easy mode, but yeah, he just wrecks through guys. See if I can use. Yeah, Repulsion. Yeah, this one. Adriana gets this ability as well. Basically, what Repulsion does is it just pushes people away from you. So if you get surrounded, you can push them back. And it does do a little bit of damage too. So depending on the creature, you might actually kill them. On harder difficulties, not so much. There's auto Luke's freezing spirits is ranged magic attack, which will help with fire runs. At least they'd given the same voice actor from the previous game, so. And yeah, just kind of clean through. Well, like I said, I'm playing on easy mode, but yeah, you get this by beating the game. You unlock Dritz, so you can play on easy mode and unlock Dritz. So okay, so there's one more thing we can do, one more character we can get, and we have to beat the game on extreme mode. Since I think since there's really not a whole lot of extras in the game, previous from the like the previous game where you had like when you play as Dritz, you had to go through his dungeon and then unlock him. We just play as him now. So, and we've already unlocked extreme mode, but for the final bonus, all you have to do is beat the game on extreme mode, and we can get one final character. So I'm going to go beat that. I'm going to tack that onto the end of this, and I'll see you when I've beaten the game, just to show off who we unlock. So I'll see you in a moment. All right, we're back at the beginning again. I said I was going to do extreme mode, but I completely forgot that there's actually a way to go through that really easily, and I'm going to show you how really quick, just to show off the reward I want. I'll have to go through the credits again, but that's fine. So, all right, so we want to start a new game. We got one player, we got extreme mode, and yeah, extreme mode, you have to load up a save file from a previously beaten game, so that way you're not starting off at level 1. So, all right, just go to Plane of Shadow there, or use that file, sorry, to start up our character, and I'll show you how extreme mode basically works. Basically, it's just you restart the character again but you get them at level 26 or whatever level you started at, but you get no equipment, so you have to get that all over again. Let's just put her in the nude. Disappointing, but she does have a nice, well, tracts of land, as you were. Anyway, yeah, she's still level 26, got all her stats. We just don't have any of our cool gear. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, man, I'm gonna have to go through this whole game again. Well, not if you know the little tricks. And like in the previous game, there's a warp glitch and an invulnerability code, as well as a trick to get some extra experience as well. Let me show off the extra experience in gold. This is if you just want to play the game straight up at like easy like normal or hard. If you do this on extreme, it lowers your levels for doing this because of the way the code works, but I want to show it off anyway. And you get a little bit of dialogue from the character if you do it, so I'll show you in a second. So to get level 10, 45 skill points, and 500,000 gold, we have to hold L1, R1, triangle, square, circle, X, and press L2. I don't know if you can hear her, but... Oh, sorry. Well, I'll probably cut myself out saying that. But she goes, yeah, cheating, nice. She also says, what, you couldn't get through the whole game without cheating? And that's for the code because, yeah, look, 45 points, so we could just put down all that, max out all of our stats, well, as much as you can without customizing you'd have to do it a couple times. But yeah, it drops our level to level 10, which really doesn't matter at this point, to tell you the truth. I mean, it lowers our HP and all that, but okay, so that's that trick if you want to get all that gold. Now, the other trick is to get the warp jump. So to do that, you need to press L1, R1, triangle, square, circle, X, and then press start. So you have to... Yeah, that one's a little annoying to do, but yeah, you can turn invulnerability on, and you can do level warp. Now, you're probably thinking, what does that mean? Could you just go to the final boss? Well, you could, but at this point, we have no gear, so we'll like hardly hit him and do no damage. But there's a way to get straight to the end immediately. All you have to do is press Baldur's Gate 3 here, and it'll take you to the basically to the final scene of the game, and it counts for unlocking the final extra in the game. So pretty funny when you think about it that you can just go to the final scene. But it's the dev. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the dev code. It's the dev code for jumping around. That's what it is. That's all the code is. So yeah, you can just skip through it, save the configuration because you want to do this to unlock the final little reward for it. For this game. And that's pretty much it. After that, all the codes are like for hacking. Yeah, we unfortunately have to watch the cutscene again. I was thinking the original idea with it for this was supposed to be not a pharaoh, but it was supposed to be there's a famous lich in D&D that's called the God King, and I think that's maybe who it was supposed to be, but we never actually get his name in this. I think it's supposed to be Zaz Tom, maybe, or someone similar to him. Then again, Mordoc was a brand new character for the game. It wasn't I don't think they had the license to use certain named characters in the franchise. That's why you don't get like an Elminster or Kelvin Blackstaff or anything like that. Like it's in the world of Forgotten Realms, and they mention a lot of characters or mention the idea of a lot of characters, but they don't get to use a lot of characters. But I was thinking that they were going to use someone similar to Zaz Tom, who is a Red Wizard of Thay and a very powerful Lich in Forgotten Realms. But yeah, we have to watch the credits again. So I can't really... well, there is a way to speed it up. I could speed it up via the... via my editing or whatever. But I guess give another final review of the game. But I thought the music was great. I liked the animations for all the characters when they moved. You could tell that it was like, if not motion capture, they were really trying to get down idiosyncrasies of people when they were moving and talking around, when they were doing things. You could see stuff on their face, similar to the first game. The only problem in this game is that there wasn't a elven bar maiden like in the first game, voiced by Jennifer Hale. Instant loss. Makes the first game so much better. I like the polish in this game. Just too bad I got rushed at the very end. I'm trying to think, other than all the characters having unique abilities and stuff, I talked about that, and I thought I wish there was a bit more with the villains, I guess. I don't know, like the final two villains when we go to the elemental planes to fight them. I wish they had been introduced earlier. That was probably where the whole game was rushed. I bet they were supposed to make an appearance early in the game, just so to know, hey, we're fighting you again, because I thought that was the whole point to go to the elemental planes, to fight all these previous bosses again, or at least ones we'd run across, but then we got more powerful, so we could actually fight them. But two of the bosses that just kind of pop out of nowhere. And then, yeah, Jarek's doesn't make an appearance at the very end. Karn doesn't make an appearance at the very end. So that way you can tell that there was a lot of, it was just rushed at the final bit, which is kind of sad. I would have liked to have seen this game, what it would have been like if it had been able to get enough polish and released at their own time. And because of well, I don't think it's because of this game, because I think this game sold decently well, but it wasn't enough to save Interplay. But it was a couple of things that happened behind the scenes that caused them to close the studio down. It wasn't this game specifically. I'm trying to remember what the studio was like. Interplay got bought out, and then Black Isle Studios, which did some work on this as well, they had to shut their doors, if I recall. And then Interplay, I think, got bought out by someone, but I forgot who it was. Like, I think it was like Panoramic at one point, but then someone else bought that out, and Interplay had like the rights to like Fallout and stuff like that, and ended up getting under Bethesda. I don't remember all the detail. Oh, here's all the voice actors. The only one I'm going to recognize is probably Jim Cummings. Yep, Jim Cummings. Winnie the Pooh, Darkwing Duck, a million characters, Minsk from Baldur's Gate, stuff like that. He's done a lot of voice work for a lot of years. Epic. Although usually you can tell his voice. He's not a who's the famous voice actor who could do like 100 voices, and you could tell that if you recognize him, you could, but if not, you could not tell that was the same guy. Walt Blank? Or Mark Blank or whatever? I'll have to look that up again. But anyway, I had a million voices, did like Bugs Bunny and all this other stuff. But yeah, I mean, overall, I still like this game. Just, I wish it hadn't been rushed. I wish I would have liked to see what a Baldur's Gate 3 was like. But like I said, there's some studio notes and stuff online that kind of gives you an idea of what the game was going to be about. But anyway, if you beat the game extreme mode, doesn't matter if you did it legit or not, we get another, I meant just to put it on easy or something like that. We get another new character. Yeah, you see we go from Dritz. If we put it over one more time, we get a new character, Artemis. Now, for those who haven't read the books or read the books at all, you probably have no idea who this guy is. Dritz is known just because of him being referenced in the material in D&D and other such things. Artemis, not so much. He's referenced in some material, but you really have to have I'm trying to remember, there is some second edition stuff with Artemis, but you have to have read the books to know who this is. Artemis Contrary is an assassin who's basically the rival to Dritz, at least until 4th edition came around, and they changed the book series, and then not so much. But he's kind of a foil to Dritz, because Dritz is like chaotic good, Artemis Contrary is chaotic evil. He's a bounty hunter, or he's a assassin for hire. And he's at one point he crosses with Dritz, and Dritz was able to beat him, and he keeps coming back multiple times over the course of the series to try and beat Dritz until like the book series, when it changed to the 4th edition concept and rules, and then that kind of got dropped, really, unfortunately. But anyway, he's got Charon's Claw, or Karen's Claw, however you want to pronounce it. Karen's Claw, I'm trying to remember exactly where he got this from. I think he got it from another assassin. But the cool thing about Karen's Claw is it's a sentient blade that wants some... sentient blades usually in this game usually will talk to you telepathically, but they'll also try to push you towards whatever they want. Like they have like they can control people through like just force of will. And Karen likes killing, that's why he works well with Artemis. But one of his cool tricks is he can shoot out a thing of ash in front of it to distract people, and that's a way for him to get in to kill people. And he's just got a defending dagger. It's just nothing important. It's just a way to give him some extra AC. Yeah, look at all that damage they can do. 57 to 105, 48 to 84. Very nice. He's got his leather armor on. Nothing too great, just damage resistance. He's also level 16, the human assassin. Yeah, look at his stats. Pretty good. Comparable to Dritz, really. And then, yeah, here's his ability. He's got armor proficiency, arterial strike. There's the ash blade, what I'm talking about. That's the one where you can sling ash from Karen's claw in front of people. In this case, it does damage. And in the books, I think it didn't really do damage. It just distracted them enough. Like, it'd be so thick ash, he would just sneak in through the distraction and then stab them or whatever. It's got counter reflexes, crippling blow, death blow, dodge, endurance, evasion, great fortitude, hand weapon focus, improved critical, iron will, poison, power attack, sprint, stealth, sunder, toughness, 2-weapon fighting, and willpower. Very cool. Yeah, he is a... let me see if I can show off Ash Blade, since that's actually unique to Artemis.
I thought that would be my last fight.
Wounded,
Not
yeah. See, he's got...
ambushed by the
Artemis,
red thing.
unfortunately, has
Please,
generic
but most of them
dialogue.
continued
So...
southeast, then
because they didn't want to give him unique dialogue for that, which is fine. He is an unlockable character, so... Yeah, let's fight some goblins just to show off the Ashblade. Yeah, see, unfortunately it's not as cool. It's just a ray. It's basically a lot sphere for Artemis. Except it does have a bit of range. Well, bit of range, but also has a bit of a explosion. Like, you can hit someone and it has a bit of a... Like, if someone's in the general area, it might hit them. But yeah, all it is just an orb ray. That's still cool, though. And let me attack some people. Trying to show off, see if I can show off his dialogue. He does have dialogue, but you can barely hear it. Let me kill some more dudes, see if I can unlock it or get him to say something. Yeah, you can barely. It's not much though. He says like die or something like that. It's nothing too crazy, but. Look at all that damage. Of course, this is easy mode. Yeah, he doesn't have much, but still, it's cool to play Artemis Contrary. But yeah, and that's pretty much it for Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. There's really not much else to say. No real I mean, the only extra thing it didn't really show was like, there's idle animations. There's also idle dialogue you get from the characters if you don't move. They'll say, hey, hurry up already, or get a move on, or why are we just standing here, stuff like that. Same as the previous game. Oh, and there was some extra dialogue with character interactions with certain characters if you play as like Dorn. Like if you go to Viadra's sister as anyone but her, you make a comment about her is like, oh, is she a drow? And drow obviously aren't supposed to be on the surface because they're considered evil races. So, you know, they're usually attacked on sight, that type of thing. But she tells the player that she's a sunburnt elf or something like that, which is I always thought was funny. But yeah, that's it for Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. I hope you all enjoyed it. Unfortunately, yeah, since they didn't make a third one, I can't play this. Although there are a couple other hack and slash games in a similar vein I might want to play, like Champions of Norath, Hunter of the Reckoning, Wayward, I think is another one. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. There's a couple others. Oh yeah, Champion of Norath had two versions. Champion of Norath, and I think it was called Legends, I believe. Those aren't bad games if you want good hack and slash. I might try those at some point. Not instantly, but eventually. But it was nice to just go back and play just a D&D-ish type of game, inspired something back in 2nd edition or older versions, not based on the newer versions. You know how I feel about that. Oh, he said something more, but I was talking, so oh well. Yeah, it's so light, I can barely hear him. I don't really think there's much I can do on the... I mean, I could turn down the music, see if I can get him to... the sound effects, see if I can get you to hear what he's saying before we go. Let me try that again, but turn down the sound effects. I should have done that before, because some of the sound effects were kind of loud, and I had to like do some weird editing to try and make it not sound so loud, but, you know. Actually, does this voice line considered sound effects? It might be. Yeah, it's considered a sound effect. Oh well. So yeah, that'll be it for hack and slash and Dungeon and Dragon stuff for a while at least. I hope eventually to do like Baldur's Gate officially and not do that like one-off thing I did like a long time ago, which was just a haphazard video I did. But for now, that'll be it. Now I'm on to other things and other games. What new game or thing I'll play? I don't know. But for you folks, once again, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope for those who found this interesting, check it out for yourself, and I hope you didn't mind my meandering on D&D related stuff. Sometimes it's nice to talk about it without someone trying to get in on your D&D campaigns and stuff like that. By the way, I'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time, and hope all your rolls are D20s.